So without further ado, may I please present Joanne Samarera.
Do we hear me? Yes. Hello. Okay, good. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
This is a very exciting topic for me, and the reason why, as Eileen was mentioning, I'm an outdoor person. I'm a gardener like many of you, and I go out every day in the summer, and there's tons of mosquitoes, and I also belong to a beach club and a hiking club. So you have the ticks, you have the mosquitoes, you have the flies, and I didn't want to put chemicals on my body, such as DEET, which is really a pesticide and a carcinogen. You probably know this, but your skin is your largest organ in your body. Anything you put on your skin goes right through to the rest of your organs. So I started researching, and I saw, oh, there's different ways you can make non-toxic bug spray. And I started this about 4 years ago. So I've been experimenting, trying different scents, and I wanted to share that with you, especially now that we're starting the bug season. And this morning, CNN had a report, this is really scary, that, I don't know if you heard about it, the CDC came out with a report that between 2004 and 2016, diseases from deadly viruses and bacteria from insects, mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas have increased 3 times. That is huge. And the CDC and the government is not ready to help all of us. So really it's your responsibility to protect yourself and to protect your loved ones. Some of these today you can use on children. I use them on my dogs. They're non-toxic and it works. But I do want to make a disclaimer that this works on most people, but I gave some to my niece, and could you hear me? And it didn't work on her. So do not come back to me if you can say it didn't work, it didn't work. You know, use it as your own, for yourself and see if it works. You have to protect yourself. I wanted to show you some natural, organic, or natural bug repellent that's non-toxic, that does not have essential oils. So the one that I'm not going to make it, I'm going to show you, it's so simple. It's just 2 simple ingredients, really. Parsley, if you eat that fresh, is the best. You can buy it in the supermarket or the grocery. You can use dried, but it's not as good. So you basically need a tablespoon of parsley. You put it in the mortar and pestle, and you mix it with 4 ounces of apple cider vinegar.
I have that.
And most of us have this in our house. So it's very simple to make. You grind it, you mix it up, and you crush it. You let it sit for about a half an hour or overnight. You strain it, and you put it in a bottle. Very simple. The one I like the best, and I happen to love the smell of lavender. So I use a lot of lavender. Lavender, by the way, is one of the herbs that repels everything. So it's a great base to use in all of them. If you just, where do you get essential oils? You can buy them in Kohl's. You can use your 30% coupon. You can buy them in CVS. And the prices range between $5 and $15. So some of them are cheaper than others, but again, there's a few that you use repeatedly in some of the recipes. This particular recipe asks for jojoba oil or grapeseed oil. So I'm going to use grapeseed oil, and 2 ounces. So this is an ounce. Let's just put it in. I'm going to put it right in the jar. I took the essential oils just to save some time, and I put the drops in beforehand. So 2 ounces. Yeah, it's a shot glass. It's actually a measuring, yeah. This would be a shot glass too. This makes your skin feel real soft. Okay, that's it. Okay, I already put the essential oils. How easy is that? You just put it in, you shake it, and my directions say you put it in a spray bottle. Now, because it has tea tree oil in it, tea tree oil is one of those oils that lasts for about 10, 15 years, and it's very strong. So they don't recommend putting it in a plastic bottle. So I would put it in a glass bottle or a metal bottle. We're done. This has rose geranium oil, tea tree oil, and cedarwood oil. Very good for ticks.
Would that be good for dogs?
Yes, absolutely. I've used these on my dogs for years.
Oh, okay.
Here. This has 30 drops of geranium oil, citronella, we all know citronella, lemon, eucalyptus. I used lemon grass and eucalyptus because I didn't have, the other one's hard to get. Lavender, rosemary, and a teaspoon of vodka or rubbing alcohol. On alcohol or vodka, it has to be 60% greater proof or alcohol. So that's why they want rubbing alcohol. This has 70%. But you can use vodka, it has to be grain vodka, the grain alcohol. Again, that's to kill the bacteria. And witch hazel, again, you can get plain witch hazel. I use the one with aloe vera in it, and distilled water and glycerin. So I put all the essential oils in here. I'm going to add the vodka or rubbing alcohol. Okay, 1 tablespoon. Okay, they ask you to keep on shaking it just so it's, because these are essential oils, so shake, shake, shake. Again, kills bacteria and molds and helps dissolve the oils. Witch hazel. Witch hazel. Oh, again, 1-to-1 ratio. So we're using a half a cup of distilled water and a half a cup of witch hazel. And I think I measured this out already, so it should be right. Okay. Yes, I did.
Wow,
Okay.
perfect.
No, I measured.
I know.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Witch hazel. Shake, shake, shake.
That's on Sesame
Shake.
Street.
All right, shake, 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 and let's see. Witch hazel. Oh, glycerin. A half a teaspoon of vegetable glycerin. I may put more, only because I like to have smooth skin. This is, you know, you can do whatever you want, so.
That's from the drugstore?
I got this at the health food store, but I think they have this at the drugstore, CVS. Again, Amazon's my favorite friend, but again, you know. This works as an emulsifier and distilled water. Distilled water, okay. Distilled water is, so, okay.
It's a little crap.
Shake, shake, shake. All right. And that is it. And I'm just going to pour it. Again, I'm sorry I left my little cute funnel at home, but... It smells, could you smell it yet?
Not yet.
I like the smell, I've gotten used to it. If you have questions, you can ask me. I think I can do 2 things at once.
You're amazing.
It's just not here, Joanne.
You smell it? And again, you can follow the recipes and use scents that you like. Eucalyptus I love too. You can share the wealth. All right. I can give you some of the other herbs if you'd like. Basil works, citronella, eucalyptus, lavender, lemongrass, mint, rosemary, thyme.
Oh, good.
So that's some of the others you could use. Clover, if you have clover. Catnip, I don't know who has catnip, or maybe you have cats, you have catnip. Any other questions?
Spray.
Oh, good question. How long does the spray, what's the shelf life? I usually make a fresh batch every year. But the essential oils could last a few years, but it's up to you. It's so easy to make. I
I
mean,
know, but the mix will last about a year, the whole
yeah,
season.
absolutely, absolutely. And if I make a batch, I give it to friends and family.
Yeah, no.
So it just makes sense.
When you put it on, will it last the whole day for you if you're out gardening?
Good question, because I'm out all the time. You're out too, I'm sure. The question was, if you put it on, how often do you have to reapply it? What I do is, this is what I use for gardening, and I have pockets, or I always carry it with me, and I go out and I spray it once. And if I feel that there's particularly a lot of mosquitoes out there, I'll spray it again. I'll spray, it smells nice. It takes 2 seconds. And usually I spray it a few times and it goes away, but I carry it on me. Well, you really couldn't, it's just heat sensitive. You're not supposed to keep it in the car, but I usually keep it in the beach bag, or I keep it different places. That's why I like the smaller bottles. So I always keep one in my garden apron, so if I'm outside, I always have it to spray. That's a good question. Any other questions?
The only, I was just gonna, I used to have a problem when I worked like in public gardens, bringing home poison ivy. So now I spray all my tools with alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You want to break the bond with the sap, and that seems to do it. That's why when I heard you put it in there, that's the idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's a,
It helps break down the oil so it dissipates.
right, yeah, so you're not going with it.
Okay, we're all done.
Well, thank you.